Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this unfolding melodrama we like to call Life in 21st Century Uncertainty, where the feverish whispers of a potential World War III seem to resound more loudly than neighborhood lawnmowers on a Sunday morning. Grab your Starbucks, settle into that couch that's seen better days, and let's dive into this anxiety cocktail, a delectable mix of geopolitical tension, military bravado, and political shenanigans. Picture the scene like an apocalyptic jamboree. Israel and Iran, etched in eternal conflict, now dance on the world stage with more swagger than two high school enemies at prom. Simmering in a sauce of decades-old betrayal and saber-rattling, the drums of war grow louder as the world collectively holds its breath, potentially yanking us closer to the abyss of global conflict than we've been since the last YouTube challenge took over the internet. We've been here before, haven't we? Just like Uncle Sam's whirlwind romances with seemingly promising foreign policies that turn sour faster than Aunt Karen's apple pie during 4th of July, we navigate an ocean of uncertainty and drama. The BBC reports Israeli forces tragically gunned down Palestinians awaiting aid in Gaza, an all-too-familiar scene tinged with sorrow and outrage. Each scandalous headline seems to shriek an urgent warning. We're on the brink, folks. Meanwhile, the United States' favorite political matinee idol, Donald Trump, finds himself oscillating like the Washington Monument in an earthquake. One moment he's restraining Israel from laying waste to Iran's nuclear facilities, and the next he's giving them the green light with a nonchalance usually reserved for second helpings of mashed potatoes. Oh, the tangled web of alliances, a tale that trades finesse for dramatics, stronger than any Broadway plot. From the vaults of recent history, this tension unfurls its script. The U.S. has placed its military on heightened alert across the Middle East, raising a cautionary finger to Iran as it crafts missiles like a malevolent artist. These are the poignant moments when you wish our domestic policy script found a laugh track amidst the scenes of terror, reminding us that even Shakespeare's tragedies intersperse levity for a grimly uplifting turn. Prodded by Israel, the global village holds America accountable for its foreign policy swagger, teetering on the brink of international disaster yet again. An unfortunate gift America seems to enwrap with each tenure. It's the peak of suspense, when you know something might happen, but you pray desperately it doesn't, like waiting for your sports team to clutch that last-minute victory. Simultaneously, the American home front, like a divided sitcom audience, wants their say. The spendthrifts in the Senate deem Medicaid cuts essential to economic freedom. The modern-day revolutionaries, it seems, fighting for economic liberation by gutting your health safety net. Isn't it peculiar how every step toward the domestic pursuit of happiness often feels lead-footed by budgetary squabbles, with the specter of $1 trillion debt handcuffing future generations for whom the American dream rings hollow? The world watches how this self-declared mature democracy navigates its bipolar episode. It's this peculiar cocktail of tragedy and comedy, reminiscent of old westerns, where the hero's motives are as crooked as cowboys' smiles, that brings us all teetering on existential crisis. Experts chatter like canaries in the coal mine, fueling the fires of anticipation with their academic circumspections. They speak of pressure points in global diplomacy, like seasoned watchmakers assembling a political bomb. Each gear, from NATO's Eastern European musketeers to the Pacific string of islands, spinning this waiting game into history's annals, whether we like it or not. European sensibilities mingle with Pacific pragmatism, illuminating this dawn of what could be an unholy discord. In the boisterous republic of free debate and endless commentary we call America, The average Joe grasps his cup of endless aspiration, thick with anxiety and intrigue. It is in this cultural landscape of barbecues, debates over whether pineapple belongs on pizza, and the peculiar insistence of SUV ownership, synonymous with freedom, that World War III emerges not merely as a conversation, but a real nightmare threatening the sleep of democracies worldwide. Yet, amid these stark shadows, a chance glimmers like stars over a smoggy city skyline. A whisper tells us there's hope if only nations would prioritize mutual respect and genuine dialogue over impulsive bravado. In this emotional cacophony, perhaps some statesmanship, akin to the jazz of Dizzy Gillespie, can thread harmony out of chaos. The musicians of peace must strike the chords of sensibility against the orchestration of disaster. Comedy, tragedy, and caution blend effortlessly into this American-style casserole, cooked up amidst a thicket of ego-driven policy and tight, media-directed scrutiny. My dear friends, as we move forward, watching and waiting, let's remember to clutch our hope close, marshal our skepticism with vigorous intent, and season our fears with contemplation. Whether this play concludes in triumph or tragedy, only time, and not the ticking bombs, will tell. So, brew that metaphorical pot of strong coffee and stay woke, America. In this fully immersive spectacle called The Risk of World War III, your ticket to not just a front-row seat, but an active role in defending democracy is the only purchase more pivotal than tacos on a Tuesday night. Live savvy, question everything, and remain at all times ready for the unpredictable finale.